another piece and another tool here as well is from a backlink perspective, we are a backlink service provider, and so I want to talk about another tool, Link Launch, that helps unpack and understand what a particular page or site, and even down to the keyword level, a particular page is up against in terms of the competition and the backlink profiles that it's competing against. And so this is a free tool, linklaunch.com. It'll also be in the handout and at the end of the slide deck that you can go in and sign up for a free beta, or there's even a sneak peek preview feature that you don't even have to sign up. You can just enter a URL or enter the domain and pick a URL, and it will analyze that single URL for you based on top ranking keywords. Or you can sign up for the free beta and go into it all yourself. But this is something that we do for each client as we're making a pitch or as we're onboarding, and this goes through a number of iterations to dial in, because we're often asked, how many links do I need for a particular page? And this is our tool that we've built to help us accomplish that. So I won't belabor this. I want to make sure that we get to have plenty of time for community PR. But it's free, so you can just go sign up and play with this experiment. You get a bunch of credits to be able to start using it. So please go check out linklaunch.com. The piece that I want to talk about with Link Launch is there's a feature built in here, which is a kind of the predecessor to FLUQs, as Garrett mentions, where I'll clean up the pronunciation. We'll call them FLUQs. FUQs are frequently unasked questions, and that's built into Link Launch. So if you'd like to explore what sorts of questions you might want to be answering for your prospective clients or customers that they're not even ready to ask themselves, you can explore that in here. It's based on specific stakeholders and the experts that those stakeholders might be consulting with to ask financial related questions or service level related questions that may have a big impact on the business, as Garrett has talked about. But I want to talk about this concept of synthetic queries that Michael King, and it looks like the QR code got caught off there a little bit. Our slide must be the wrong dimensions, but we'll make sure we get that URL. But it's on LinkedIn. If you search for Michael King Google AI mode, you'll get his teardown of a patent that talks about synthetic queries, or in ChatGPT's terms, query fan out. And so here's an example of a seed query of vet care Atlanta, which might be something I would search for in old school Google to start my search, start researching where I'm going to be able to find that vet care. And that information that, Garrett, that you mentioned, like I got a notification from my local vet saying there was a kennel cough local outbreak, and to please not just walk into the clinic with your dog, call before, because we're really trying to keep down the number of animals that are at the same time to try to kind of squash this kennel cough outbreak that's happening in the Seattle area here. So this helps break down what the AI might be doing in the background in order to serve up results for my query. And we can look at these synthetically generated queries. We have no idea whether someone is actually searching for these, but we do get a sense from this of what the AI is doing with our initial prompt to return those results. And so from my simple query, and this is only half of what ChatGPT came up with, the types of queries that it would run specifically for Chewy. And so the same thing for whoever else is showing up as they collect results from Bing and they start to work through the prediction of what they're going to share with us. This is only a little piece of what they're analyzing and coming up with. And this gives us an example of essentially what we want to be answering on the page with the friffies and the echo blocks and all of the other great acronyms that Garrett has.
Please make Friffy a thing. That's all I ask.
Friffy. Okay, that's what we're going to lean on heavily.
Oh, really?
Okay.
That's one of my worst. But, all right, excuse me. Keep going, Jason.
But yeah, check out Michael King's teardown of the patent, because it's really interesting. It really starts to surface how Google specifically is going about generating these, synthetic queries in order to answer give us a result on our prompt kind of thing. So this was just, and these are all covered in what Garrett was talking about. And essentially, so what FLUQs does is it predicts what the AI is trying to predict, so you can get ahead of that and answer these questions on your page to seed those responses, reduce the hallucinations. I know Garrett loves the hallucinations, but if you're in that mode of trying to get care for your dog because there was something that happened, you know, we don't want to have to spend a lot of time trying to dig for these. And as we know, I was searching for just a separate query. I wanted one of those little dashboard because I don't have Car Talk built into my CarPlay or whatever built into my stereo in my car. So I wanted to get one of those third-party dashboards. And so I gave ChatGPT a list of criteria that I wanted to use to compare, one of which was refresh rate, because I don't want this, you know, the blotchy navigation app. And it just made up the refresh rates. But it took me 3 times asking it to confirm that, yes, it in fact just made it up based on some other information that wasn't even accurate. So if we can answer those things for them and get that into the zeitgeist that they're using to pull information in, then we can reduce those hallucinations for our brand. And that certainly is a good thing. So I want to make sure we have plenty of time to get, I'm going to hand this over to Lee so we could talk about community PR, which is something that can be implemented today. Call us after the webinar here and we'll get right to work for you. Take it away, Lee.